Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn top left side is the blue golden horde. I got SAS underscore on DC for coaching. So on bottom right side is the red Zuzi's Legacy. We got Bexder. Yeah, just Bexder. I was trying to say something big, but nope. Let's see. Meditation Gardens. Where should you put the Meditation Gardens? Get some stone, wood, and some wood, or stone, gold, and some wood chips. Putting right here, we'll give him double gold, stone, and bit of wood chips. Down south, we'll get food, gold, and stone. Yeah, this is overall probably the best spot, but it's pretty open ground. Speaking of which, this map generation is interesting. We've got wood all in front of red here, so good natural cover there. But in front of that is both deer deposits. Blue has a lot of wood, with the small woods merged on in. That's even not traversable. More wood here, not in front of his town center, but has 3 gold deposits behind him. Not to mention 2 large gold deposits next to each other here. This map generation is interesting. It's good for both sides overall. 3 small gold deposits behind him as well. More on open ground though. Still, this map generation is interesting. Meditation Gardens now being established there. Might lost 600 value there. Not really. We do now the cons and Torgards. I don't think I've ever seen building carts ever researched. Scout is here. Meditation Gardens will be built pretty early on. Song Dynasty for the Zuzi's Legacy makes his age up cheaper, so we'll see what he goes for. Zuzi's Legacy could go for a faster castle. The Golden Horde does have incentive to go for a fast castle to get free roost tributes early. Going straight to the Zhang Tower, this will put him at the Song Dynasty, which of course gives him access to the what's it called? Granaries. It also makes his economic buildings cheaper. It's really weak Song Dynasty. His Tang Dynasty is actually stronger. Batukan and Torgards now being deployed on the field. Devising a collection of this stone. So it looks like he's going to age up, use a cheaper cost reduction for a cheaper town center, I'm guessing. Let's switch over to him. Of course, town centers usually cost 400, 350. Zhang Tower, I think that song is reduced by 10%? Maybe a little bit more, I can't remember. It will just make all the farms cheaper along the granaries that go along with it. Yet now it only the wood cost does not reduce the stone cost. Song Dynasty has begun. Huh. I don't remember that sound effect being played whenever advanced to the next dynasty. Is that something new? Or that's just something that's now in the replay system? Towns are deployed right next to the first one. Meditation Gardens could be disturbed. We're now providing 50 gold, 25 stone, and 16 wood. Not a bad amount of wood. We have Torgards here. Once he finds Meditation Gardens, destroy it. Going for some basic palisade walls there. Who's trying to go for a fortified outpost? Does use a scouting falcon there. Villagers trying to run away to the town center. So they're not very good at running part. They just slowly walk to the town center. Fortified outpost going on up here. Got some of the Karash on the field. Oh, we also got the abandoned outpost here, just meant for vision. I forgot about these existing. all these casual terrain structures was added in the DLC that added the like Knights Templar and all that sort, and yet they rarely ever appeared. Oh, cancels the fortified outpost. Too many angry men with 40 sticks here. Archer range is not being established. Hardened Spearman research for the Golden Horn. Got some, or a Zunchnu. That's probably the rebate from the Zheng Tower when you build an archery range. Got a free one from there. Trying to establish this wall once again. Spearman engaging. Right now, blue has a much higher armor value, but still pretty early in the game. More spearmen to be part by the Zuzi's legacy. Now the barracks established there. We'll get a free spearman from the Zhengen Tower. Looks like the last of Red's sheep will be cleaned on up. Can start going for the berries. He does have reduced cost for farms, 53 wood. Nice little discount. Not as massive as you would like. Grains do cost 105. But he may need to get a heavier amount of wood in order to start getting the farms going. The amount of cattle in the field is probably not going to be traversing out town too much. But then again, there goes all the Torgurds in Batukan. Got a fortified outpost being established here. Just need to cut off this one villager. Villager's quite wounded, but does fall back nice and early. Archers just generally engaging. Doesn't really matter what they hit. Torgurds need to avoid the spearmen, but they're beef enough to be a good front line. Got a couple more Karashes here. Golden Horde players are almost close to aging on up. Zuzi's legacy is pretty far from aging on up. The number of these Zunchus, they don't have +1 range damage, nor +1 armor has been researched. Both of them could have capitalized on getting the first blacksmith research going. Torgur's now engaging. They have, of course, enough armor to resist the damage. As well as the Karashes, they also get +1 armor, so the Karashes being particularly useful in these formations. Got attack arrow there from Batukan. Fortified outpost is not, or it is complete. No, it's not complete, is it? I don't see the build bar. Am I crazy, or is it just being repaired up now? Yep, just getting repaired up now. Got a gear here. Going to try to steal the delicious piece of venison. No, it's not fully built. There's just no progress bar. Where's the progress bar? Am I crazy? I think I'm just going crazy. Military buildings influence have 20% production speed. A little bit too early for glorious charge. Needs the next age research. Going to be collecting some delicious pieces of venison. Up north, we do have Torgurds engaging these villagers. Exile villager there. +1 range damage, +1 range armor has been researched. So these Zunchus are really ineffective now, particularly against when the Karash is nearby. Getting +2 range armor, making so that these Zunchus only doing 6 damage per volley against units with 0 base armor. Bexder has been researched by the Zuzi's legacy player now. Golden Horde player is a little bit farther away from aging up. Zuzi's legacy is still not close to aging up whatsoever. Only one villager there collecting up a venison. Those are archers. And we actually got Keshix on the build queue as well. Another fortified outpost going on up. Got 7 Karashes here, a healthy reserve of them. Let's see, we do have a granary being has been established back here. Meditation Garden still undisturbed. Village here, and market there. Over here, got these forces pretty forward. They will spot the Meditation Gardens. Good target for them to attack. Secondary town center is garrisoned up completely. Another Imperial official being established. Scout disturbing Meditation Gardens. Love how the villages on these angled hills, they actually put quite a bit of foundation underneath. Very nice. We start currently bleeding off a decent number of resources. So let's look at that wall segment. You know, when fighting against Zunch, horsemen are still generally better than Keshix. Far more cost effective. In fact, nearly like almost 100% more effective if I remember correctly. Keshix's base health is really low. And with the horseman's high bonus damage, they are generally equal when fighting on 1v1 turn when fighting against archers, which is actually really bad for Keshix. Against Zunch, you just want to go for horsemen. Not to mention the extra mobility does help them quite a bit when fighting against archers, stutter stepping. You now have a hand cannon near slipping glass somewhere back here. Also being fortified as well. You have +1 range damage. Both nearby Karashes get +2 armor. Very handy indeed. And right now, with horsemen near Karashes, they will only take 1 damage per bolt from the, whatchamacallit, Zunch News. Still took a lot of damage there, though, because a lot of focus fire will still rip you apart. Outpost Overwatch activated, so get a little extra health going. Very nice. Muskavi Yazik now being researched, giving all of his heavy infantry +2 armor. They'll also, since the advanced tech stage, we'll start getting roost tributes going. That extra heavy armor for the heavy units will make it so those Zunch units will just only do 1 damage, even with incendiary arrows. Crossbows bolts would be another matter, but it would definitely help out when fighting against the 10,000 bolts. Get an extra armor there. Archers firing away. Karashes needs to not be pushed forward like that. Can a Karash go inside the garrison by its aura effect? If it can, that would be immensely useful. But he lost the aura effect, so it gets be far more vulnerable to these Zunch News. Horde, Spotukan, and Keshix push way forward. Got a Scouting Falcon there. Another got attack Whistling Arrow. Very handy for these archers to engage these Zunchnews. There's a plus 1 range armor, more hand cannoneer slits. Bit of a spear brace there. Moskavi, Yazik, almost complete. Thor can start torching down the Meditation Garden. It is disturbing it though, at least. Bird will find some of these villagers. Of course, they don't have high DPS, they're more of a bulky unit. And Mida gets shanked by a bunch of villagers, didn't he? Veteran archers now being researched. He also has more Keshik on the build queue as well. When you get the veteran Keshik research going. Plus 2 range damage now being researched. At least with the plus 2 armor, the Keshiks get plus 2 range armor, so they'll get extra armor going versus the Zunchnews. Mount Lu Academy now being searched by the Zuzi's legacy. The amount of Zunchnews and archers in the field, maybe a good idea to go for some Kipchaks. One for a large number of man-at-arms. Town Center taking some damage here. We have the veteran archer research going, far away hitting some of these spearmen. Have the veteran Zunchnu being researched. Definitely get out the crossbowmen on the field. Does have 2 crossbowmen on the field, 3 more on the build queue. More attack arrows there, very handy. So putting these veteran archers up to 10 damage. Batukan does go down. More units pushing forward to have another outpost being south. Looks like Blue's going to try to close the game now. Town Center is set ablaze. Man-at-arms being pushed on forward. Horsemen trying to find raid some villagers. Zunchnews are at 6 damage to get up to 7 this age. Veteran Torgers are up to 7 range armor, so they only take 1 damage per bolt, whether or not their cache is nearby. And man-at-arms as well, with the plus 2 range armor as well, they will only take 1 damage from these guys, regardless if they get the plus 1 range damage or not. So right now, Roost man-at-arms, or not Roost man-at-arms, Golden Horde man-at-arms is definitely the good way to go. Has it set ablaze, and is still burning down. More man-at-arms being summoned, very nice. Gonna start save that stone and try to keep the times 3 deployment. Villager gets intercepted. Batukan been redeployed in the field. Monster being salvaged on the field, trying to collect some relics. Battery M now being deployed in the field. Red had villagers here, blue's shinking those villagers. Looks like all the meat has been cleaned on up, and those villagers are gonna just stand there and take it. We do now have Oval offering 1 being researched. Got a round of Roost tributes on the field as well. Good number of batting rams and Zunchnews here. Man-at-arms definitely still a way to go. Archers wouldn't be half bad supplement force. There's some Roost tributes. They have a good amount of health here and some melee range armor, so they will resist the Zunchnews quite well. We do have some Palace Guard here. They just got upgraded from early Palace Guard to regular Palace Guard. Roost tributes do have +3 versus cavalry, which is fine against Numbat. Fortified outpost has been set ablaze. Does get destroyed there. And horsemen find a pretty good flank here hitting some of the Zunschnus. Veteran horsemen near Karos, they have 6 range armor, so they will resist the damage of the veteran Zunschnus as well when they're near Karos once again. They saw the battery ram there. Town center, was that saved or rebuilt? Had to been saved. Doggo demands head pads. Blue's trying to collect up some berries here. Also has a stockyard up here that's a little bit too exposed. It is a food drop-off point, which the gear also is a food drop-off point. We got a good number of crossbows being pulled by Zuzi's legacy, so horsemen will still be a great option by the Golden Horde. He has only 7 spearmen on the field. Batukan does go down. Mining camp here. Observation post being obtained. Sacred site has been obtained. Monk here. Another Ovo here. Crossbone. Do have 1 trebuchet here. Handful of Palace Guard. Over here, some man at arms, some Karashes, some Roost tributes. Force mix of everything to say the least. Mostly heavy forces, vulnerable to the crossbowmen, but there's some horsemen to help deal with those crossbowmen. Number of stock guards here. Do have a second town center by the Roost player or by the Golden Horde as well. 83 versus 111. The Ton debuff arrow is being queued on up. Shaman. Not sure what the shaman's doing. I really have no idea what the shaman's doing. It's also not capturing the outpost. Guess it doesn't. Can't get captured there. Blue has managed to obtain all these walls over here. Very nice. You could actually eye for a bit of trade as well. Just need to destroy this mill and then get a bit of trade going. He still has access to Silk Road as Golden Horde, as well as Stone Commerce. Of course, that requires the next age. Large number of granaries here and farms. Horsemen trade forward with a number of various other units. Spring golden placement here. Another spring golden placement here. Horsemen heading back up north, trying to avoid all these forces. Trebuchet firing away against somewhere. Big line stone walls trying to be established by red. Blue has obtained another sacred site. And this one's been neutralized. Shamans are there now. Horsemen trying to go forward, but there's way too many forces here. Batukan goes down once again. Fortified outpost being destroyed. Horsemen slowly being picked on apart. Just way too much firepower here. Stone army is now being researched. Of course, they'll give him access to all of his unique units. Which units are the Roost Tributes also get upgraded. He actually has enough stone to, or no, wait, that's the Zuzi's Legacy Stone. Good amount of stone walls going on up here. Blue has a good amount of force. Nearly maxed out population, so is red. Temple of Sun's almost complete, which will give him configurable bonuses. Both by default has Divine Haste. Blacksmith, going for a Dolly horses as well. Or there's various stuff being set ablaze. We've got Elite Crossman, Elite Spearman, Elite Zunjanus. Which one's which? I'm not sure. Is this Crossmoon? Yes, and that's Zunjanus. Level 1 stockyard being researched now. And some of this gold down south. Meditation Garden's still alive, providing its extra gold incomes while at it. Pushing out some of all this stuff here. Elite Horsemen now being researched. These Palace Guard could be pursued. They are very speedy with Divine Haste. Of course, we got some good spotting here at the abandoned outpost. Going for the sacred site there. 7 minutes till victory. However, there's enough force here to intercept these Palace Guard here. Red's trying to go for a keep here that could be intercepted. It is built, so it can be torched down. Their tributes actually use that axe properly, unlike the militiamen. Archers firing away, crossing the back line. Trebuchet patrol forward. Crossmen right now have 17 damage, 12 plus 12. Elite Archers got now Glorious Charge being researched. Elite Man-at-Arms, Elite Archers. Got a Bombard there. Bombard needs to start shooting away against that outpost. Horsemen now connecting them in. We've got a Scouting Falcon here. Keep has gone down. Crossbow straight forward. Red right now has a pretty good congested force there. Blue right now needs some Mangonels to deal with this force. Blue also has 3 relics and all 3 secret sites. Red only has 2 relics. Blue's gonna get a good amount of resources. Go for biology now. Just spent a lot of stone on something. Probably some Torgard stuff. Horsemen straight forward, try and kill off some of these units. Or the Roost Man-at-Arms straight forward. I really haven't seen the time for the reinforcement upgrade as well, which would have been very nice to get on. Plus, he does need access to the Lancer of the upgrade, which will help the Keshiks and Torgards. Padded armor would have been very nice. A lot of things could be very useful. Let's go for more horsemen. Particularly if he needs more regular horsemen at the moment. Logicon in the field. Does activate attack arrow there. More targets push forward. Got some cannoneers being pulled in the field. These are nice benefits from the attack arrows. Spearmen being pulled in the field. I think Kipjacks would be particularly effective right now. He has a lot of gold at the moment. Needs more food and wood. And I think Kipjacks would have been pretty good right now. He's fighting a lot of light units, and the Kipjacks uses food and wood to preserve his gold, though he has a lot of gold in reserve. Mangonels would also be very nice. He has only the one field right now, but is being affected by attack upgrade increases. Glorious Charge is activated there. Keep goes down. Fortified outpost probably going down. And King is firing away. Blue's still pretty low in food. May need to get another sock guard upgrade. Of course, that's the remainder of stone there. Six side being decaptured by some horsemans. More Roost Tribute has been flowed in field. Good damage there. Hand Cannoneers flying away. We got 12 Hand Cannoneers for the Golden Horde. Mangonel does go down. Red's starting to fall on back. Over here, we do have these villagers being pursued, getting picked on off. Gate does get set ablaze. Villagers repairing up the bombard there, going for more fortified outposts. Wooden palisade wall being cleaned on up. Keep unable to be deployed on top of a barracks. One horde applies still quite a bit of resources. Both applies a pretty good amount of villagers. Both sides could use more military units. Blue's not maxed out population. Red is maxed out population. Maybe a little bit too many villagers at the moment. Could I for Zuzi's library and go to Ming Dynasty? I can't remember what the Ming Dynasty does for Zuzi's legacy. So, Yuan Dynasty reduces the cost of units, which could be very nice, but I think it needs quality, which Ming Dynasty could provide. Plus, he will get access to some very powerful upgrades. And right now, the amount of crossbow in the field, he could supply saying to get about 10,000 bolts. And horsemen now being blown in the field, maybe some fire lances. I don't know if horsemen's findings wouldn't be half bad to go for some spearmen fire lance as well. Silk bowstring, incendiary arrows not being researched. We've also got incendiary arrows over here. Hang on the keep there. Did take some of that gold there. There's gold deposits, so 7,000 gold left into it. These forces are advancing way forward. And Cannoneers and Spearmen push way forward. Horseman trying to go for these trebuchets. Gains good damage there. Does take one of the trebuchets. The second one will go down as well. Very nice. And now Blue does have higher value on the field. 2 bombards firing away. Just one hitting this keep at the moment. The other one's somewhere else. Down south, villagers quickly up shrubbery. Fortified outpost down here as well for spring golden placement. More fortified outposts being established over here. Can go for glorious charge. keep does get set ablaze. Zunchnu's firing away. Glorious Charge not being activated there, which will also give some damage reduction. Mark target arrow is there. A couple more attack arrows as well. Golden Horde players having trouble reinforcing at the moment. Zeus's Legacy player has nearly 2,000 stones, so they deploy a lot of extra keeps. And so there's a good amount of resources. Go for Yuan Dynasty. And Cannoneers, man-arms, horsemen trying to intercept these forces. Golden Horde players still having trouble with food. We do have now Court Architects being researched. One needs just more villagers and stockyards. Got chemistry and court architects being researched by blue. A lot of these units just firing away, putting some good damage on these various structures. Mix up everything here. Definitely need to get up more horsemen. I wonder if he has some of the advanced upgrades of the horsemen. Nope, he does not, which I think is a bit of a problem. He only has 200 stone at the moment and needs all those upgrades. Particularly, I would say padded armor. Giving them +2 armor and 20 health would really help him fight against the Zunchnu's. Zunchnu's right now have 11 damage and a little bit and some because of the precision increase. And right now the horsemen have what? Elite horseman has right now 8 armor. With Karash nearby, 9 armor. If he gets padded armor, they will take very little damage from the Zunchnu's. He needs padded armor. That much extra health will help him out. And Cannoneers firing away. Zeus's Legacy could go for you and Dennis right now, but running very low in gold. May need to eye some traders, but both of the trade posts appear to be out of reach. Got a Scouting Falcon there. Mark target on all those units. Who's now counterattacking. Batarang's now being summoned. Zeus's Legacy is going for a very good number of horsemen. He has a Dolly horse increasing their attack speed, which is very nice. Good amount of forward infrastructure here. He always go for a divine charge, improved damage of his cavalry. Up north, oh, got some gold up here. A decent amount of gold, so remains 6,000. Blue's managed to push his way forward. The army battles are relatively similar, but right now blue has a bit more momentum here. But red's reinforcements are streaming on in. Keep has been set ablaze. Keep will be going on down. Horde has a nice stockpile of resources, so does Zeus's Legacy. That is a good number of bomb bars, maybe a little bit too many bomb bars at the moment. It looks like they'll be engaged in these various range forces. See, right now I think it just needs more mangonels. It needs some of those wall segments. Villagers push away forward, maybe try and collect up that stone. Got a lot of attack arrows there. And Cannoneers is being blown by red somewhere, maybe around here. Doesn't look like it. Right now, Blue has much higher destroyed value, that's for sure. These heavy infantry units are really resistant to the damage to those elite Zunchunus. Thanks to extra armor. His opponent has not been pulling too many crossbowmen, so horsemen overall and heavy units is still overall good choice for the Golden Horde. Head armor would be very nice though for those horsemen. Villagers do destroy, or the horsemen do destroy that battering ram. All these batterings being intercepted. The Golden Horde has plenty of wood at the moment. Problem is, Blue's not maintaining maximum population, while Zuzi's legacy is. Has a nice even amount of resources remaining. Blue has a little bit lopsided, can always just go for more mana arms. The month would be very cost efficient. Mana arms will be super effective versus the horsemen. But I don't think he has elite army tactics mode. Maybe he does. It's hard for me to tell. It looks like he does. And maybe not that health. No. He's not getting increased health from elite army tactics. Horseman heading up north. And he's now starting to go for earthen core defenses, giving fortified outposts more health and armor. Not to mention palisade walls, which is more important with that aspect. Villagers are trying to escape. Now his forces got some traders here, so he needs to clean those up. Villagers exposed here, could be intercepted. Got a gate here, so it looks like they will escape on out of there. Could have took a lot more losses, though right now Red could lose. He has an expendable number of villagers. Engineers firing over here. Engineers engaging these archers, or Zunchunus. Cannoneers firing away. He's actually, Golden Horde's running pretty low in gold. That's sort of not fitting with his name. Horseman does try to gauge some of these more of these horsemen. Got Batukan here. Go for more mana arms, more batting rams. Not any more horsemen, going for another hand cannoneer. Has a couple of Karashas being pulled on the field. Blue's now push way forward, got some of these Zunchunus backing up off. Going heavy numbers of these Zunchunus. Still no padded armor on these horsemen, they really do need it. These forces are going to fall back there. Man arms still overall great choice by the Golden Horde. The arm attacks will just make it a little bit better. Of course, that's a little bit whole order. That's one of the more expensive upgrades on the university, or in this case, blacksmith. These forces are going to fall back there. More reinforcements just streaming on in from Zuzi's Legacy, going for Horsemen and for Zunchunus. Really should have got the UN Dynasty a long time ago for the cost reduction. Bruce tributes push way forward. They should be particularly effective right now. But right now he's getting really outnumbered. Got 16 military units for 66. Very big discrepancy there. Blue needs to probably just pull back here, get some reinforcements, then push forward. Because right now he's just getting overrun by numbers. You see the Legacy could try for some battery rams to help go through these structures a little bit quicker. Is maintaining maximum population cap, which is good. Do have another glorious charge activated here. Oh, for the glorious charge is making these battery rams charge pretty quickly. More hand cannoneers, more spearmen. Down south, got a vulnerable number of villagers. More Zunchnews here. Glorious Charge being established here now, but it is getting set ablaze. Does go down. Does not get the Glorious Charge cast. Oh, no, that was the attack arrows, not from the Glorious Charge. And Cannoneers, Archers starting to fall back. This Glorious Charge I think is still active, maybe not. Up north, got the keep here. Gold, it still has 1,000 remaining. Looks like all those villagers went down. More food and wood here. Red's starting to fall back a little bit. More horsemen being salvaged here. I really could use the staple reinforcements. That could have gotten so much value had the staple reinforcements just make all of his horsemen deploy out in groups 3. It's so powerful. Got now a weakening arrow there. Horsemen now push way forward, trying to engage some of these Zunchnews. Main arms, a good number of forces push way forward. Battery rams are advancing. Golden Horde player has Summery's forklift, so does Zeus's Legacy. Mostly gold, a healthy amount of gold there. They're trying to get a good amount of pressure going. The tug of war is trying to push the other direction. Got more reinforcements being summoned here. No way to get these Zunchnews on top of the walls segments at the moment. Horsemen push way forward, and Zunchnews counter-attacking. Archers and spearmen push way forward for the Golden Horde player. Similar army values as well, so just a bit of a grind fest. More attack arrows there, archers firing away, more horsemen and archers push way forward. Golden Horde player needs to mix in some more Karoshes, not been maintaining a decent number of them. It's a very good force multiplier. This one to fall back. Blue right now has a larger army down the field. Has a much higher destroyed value at the moment as well. Barrier is trying to push way forward. This game can still go either way. Golden Horde players trying to run low on wood. Maybe some Magnolias wouldn't be half bad. Maybe start rallying reinforcing top of the walls. You get a very good hard point up there. Red's starting to lose some forces, having trouble remaxing. Blue's maintaining good maximum population. Finally going for padded armor. That'll make his horsemen far more resilient to the elite Zunchnews. Take about 3 times less damage. Or 2 times less damage. And those bolts do add up. Not to mention they have a little bit extra health makes them go even farther away. Red's reinforcements, Red's trying to, and Red backs of the game. This is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.